Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to teach you 5 super easy ways to increase your wealth starting today. If you want to learn more money saving hacks, then subscribe to my channel right now, as I will be releasing more videos on this topic in the near future. So here's my 5-step guide to effective financial planning. Tip number 1, divide your income into 3 categories: essential, social, and savings. First of all, you need to add up your essential monthly costs. These are generally things that you don't want to be spending money on, such as phone contracts, rent, council tax, etc. These costs also tend to be fixed, in that they're roughly the same every month, making it easier to plan around them. Once you've calculated the monthly total of essential costs, set aside a reasonable amount of money for socialising, i.e. the things you do want to be spending money on. This could be money for eating out, going to the cinema, going to the pub. You could even split this up week by week if you wanted to. Now that you have calculated both your essential costs and social costs, the remainder of your income should become your savings. It's generally a good idea to transfer the surplus money into a different account on the day that you get your paycheck. And just treat it like it never even existed. I guarantee this will make your savings skyrocket. Tip number 2, set financial goals. For this tip, I want you to ask yourself, where do I want to be financially in 1, 5, 10, or even 20 years' time? You should be both realistic but ambitious at the same time. After following tip 1, you should have an idea now of how much you can roughly save per month. Take this figure and times it by 12, as this will give you a rough idea of how much you can expect to have saved in a year's time. For example, putting away $200 or £1 every month will give you $2,400 after 12 months and $12,000 after 5 years. This is just an example, and clearly your specific circumstances are going to affect how much you save. But the important thing is to set these financial goals so that you can start to work towards achieving them. Remember, some months are going to be more expensive and others less so. You're going to be spending a lot in December, but this will likely be offset by lower spending in January. In the same way, you may go on holiday in July, but have a quieter few months after that. As long as you keep on saving at an average rate, you will definitely still hit your targets whilst enjoying life. Tip number 3, live within your means. In order to get good at financial planning and start increasing your net worth, it's so important to live within your means. What do I mean by that? I mean that we should be spending money proportionate to our level of income. In my first video, I talked about how so many people in the UK and the US have next to no savings at all. Well, how many of those people are going to be walking around with nice cars or the latest iPhones? Probably a fair few. If you're money smart, and by watching this video, I guess you probably are, or at least want to be, you'll probably choose to opt for an older yet perfectly good phone, maybe an iPhone 6 or 7, rather than being obsessed with having the latest device that you can't really afford. One day you will be able to afford the latest release, but as a young person, my advice to you is to prioritize saving for a house or building a huge financial cushion. Phones and cars only go down in value, eventually break and become worthless. Property and your savings, on the other hand, usually go up, increasing your net worth and therefore life choices. What's more important to you? Tip number 4, explore your options. Exploring your options means looking for ways to reduce your spending with minimal impact, whilst also identifying new opportunities to increase your income. Finding ways to reduce your spend is easy. Ask yourself, is there stuff I spend money on but don't really use? Maybe that Disney Plus account, or food in the fridge that's gone to waste. Secondly, identify cheaper alternatives. Personally, I prefer to buy cheaper hand soap, bleach and dishwasher tablets. You can save a ton of money over the premium products, and this makes next to no difference in my life. Shopping around for cheaper energy supplies is another great place to start too. Thirdly, are there things that you can cut back on and even improve your life at the same time? Unhealthy snacks and alcohol, for example. Maybe it's even a great time to quit smoking. Meanwhile, are there any opportunities to increase your income? Maybe an overdue pay rise or promotion at work, or smarter banking to increase your interest on your savings. I even have a video on how to do this, which I will leave a link for in the description. Maybe you could become a virtual assistant one day a week. There's this really cool website called Fiverr, where you can advertise your personal skills, and people pay you for these skills, all from the comfort of your own home. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below. Tip number 5, pool your resources. My final tip to help you with better financial planning is to pool your resources. Life is generally cheaper when you split your costs with someone else. For example, when moving to London, I noticed that 1-bedroom apartments are super expensive, yet you can just get a 2-bedroom for not that much more. Literally a couple of £100 extra per month. Instead of renting a single room apartment for £1,000 per month, I could rent a 2-bed for £1,200. Split this with a friend and just pay £600 each. This theory works for almost everything. Buying a TV, a microwave and paying the bills. Obviously you only need one microwave in a household. So by pooling your resources, you can dramatically reduce your spending. It's not just friends who this applies to, it could be anyone doing this, with your partner, brother, sister, or even total strangers. There are websites out there aimed at connecting 2 total strangers who want to move to London for this exact reason. And that's it! Hopefully by watching this video, you've learned some useful financial planning hacks. If you have,